Hey everyone, welcome to another review. Here's my review for the movie Keanu. Yes, Keanu stars Key and Peele from the show Key and Peele, and also stars Method Man. Yes, this movie is called Keanu. This movie is about a guy who gets a new cute little kitten, and basically he loses his kitten to a bunch of criminals, and basically has to go and basically has to pretend to be a criminal to get his kitten back. And pretty much this movie, from the trailers, it looked like it was almost like a satire of John Wick, because it's about a man and his animal, whether it's a cat or a dog, and the cat is called Keanu, like Keanu Reeves from John Wick and stuff. But as it turns out, it's its own story. It's a sort of mild satire of John Wick, but it's still its own movie. This movie actually plays a lot of jokes, a lot of movie jokes. There's a lot of movie references. So yeah, this movie does a lot of satire of different types of things. And basically, it's Key and Peele. Like, I have never watched the show Key and Peele. I've heard great things. They're very funny guys. I've seen, what's his name? The guy Key, what's his name? Keegan-Michael Key or something? I don't know. The guy that was in Tomorrowland and Pitch Perfect 2 last year, he's a funny guy, and I've seen him in a lot of episodes of Whose Line Is It Anyway? I think that guy's a very funny guy. I've seen him a lot. He's a very funny guy, but I haven't seen the other guy, but I saw him in this movie, and both of these guys, I will give them that. They are both very funny guys in this movie. This movie is a pretty funny movie, actually. I didn't know what to expect with this movie, because when I saw the trailer, it didn't look really that funny. It didn't even look really interesting. I wasn't really looking forward to seeing it. I knew I was going to see it, but I wasn't really looking forward to it. It looked like a pretty stupid comedy, but it turns out it was pretty darn funny. I actually was entertained by this movie. I actually had quite a bit of fun with the movie Keanu. I think it's actually a pretty enjoyable, fun movie. It's not for kids because it's a hard R, because there's violence and sex and drugs and bad language, but yeah, teenagers and probably a lot of adults will probably have fun with this movie, because, you know, Key and Peele, they're the stars of this movie, and they make this movie. They're the two funniest people in this movie, and they have great chemistry. I know they're great friends in real life, so that chemistry showed a lot in this movie. They had great chemistry with each other. They worked very well together, and they were both equally funny. They were both so funny. Very likable characters, and I enjoyed rooting for them, and I wanted to see how their story was going to end and stuff. And you got Method Man in the movie, and Method Man, I enjoy some of his music and stuff, and he's a hit and miss when he's in movies, and I actually enjoyed him in this movie. He actually is kind of funny at times, and he actually gives a pretty decent performance, so good job, Method Man. And like I said, the jokes are very funny. There's a lot of fast-paced humor, but there's also some pretty good one-liners and a lot of great movie references. And if you know me, I love me some movie references, and I love some movie puns, and this movie has quite a few of them, and they're pretty darn funny. And that cat in this movie, that cat is adorable as shit. I completely know why he is doing all this trouble for that cat, because that cat is adorable. Just like when John Wick's dog died, I kind of get it, because that dog was adorable as shit. So yeah, I understand why these people are fighting all these people for these very cute animals, because they're adorable. But yeah, Keanu Reeves, a lot of fun. The downside to it is actually the action. I know it's like an action comedy, but the action wasn't very fun. Like, the comedy is what made this movie great. And that's like for the first hour and 10 minutes, it's like hardcore comedy, and it's very funny. But then the action starts to pick up, and it's not very interesting. There's a lot of slow motion, a lot of quick cuts and stuff, and it was kind of annoying, actually. There was a lot of bloody violence and stuff. It's a violent movie. A lot of people will probably really like that. It's kind of like the ending of, like, Pineapple Express and stuff. It's just a hardcore violence and stuff. I wasn't a fan of it. I didn't like it. I wasn't into the action. It wasn't entertaining or exciting for me. It actually kind of took me out of the movie. I really liked the comedy aspect of the film. It was more of a funny movie, but then when the comedy left and it switched to action, it wasn't as enjoyable or as entertaining. It really took me out. The last, like, 25, 30 minutes of this movie really took me out of the film, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the action in this movie. I didn't like all the crime aspects. Some of the crime aspects was very funny. That's the comedy side, but when it tried to get serious, I didn't like it when it got serious. I liked the goofiness, the strange, weird comedy, the crude comedy. That was the best part of this movie, but when it got serious and action-packed, it took me way out of the movie. I really did not like it. Like, it wasn't just, like, somewhat enjoyable. I I actually didn't enjoy it, period. So yeah, that was a huge downfall for me. Like, that was a big downfall. And honestly, that's like my only issue with the movie, and it actually is a big issue, but I still had a lot of fun with the movie Keanu. I think it's a very fun and enjoyable movie, and if you go with a bunch of friends, whether it's girlfriends or buddies, I think you will have a great time with this movie Keanu. There's a really cute cat, and there's two great actors in the lead roles, and they have great chemistry, and they have great comedic timing, and Methed's in it, and he's funny too. There's a lot of great comedy in the first two acts. Yeah, I think a lot of people actually will still probably even like the third act, even though it's a straight-up action movie, but I still think people will like it. All in all, I think it's a good movie, but it really took me out in the last bit, so it really went down for me, but all in all, I still enjoyed Keanu, so yeah, I'd recommend it for sure. So yeah, scale 1 to 10, I'll give the movie Keanu a 7.3 out of 10, so yeah, I suggest you go see this movie. Go see it over Mother's Day, most definitely. It's much funnier than that movie. So yeah, that's my review for the movie Keanu. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, did you like this movie? And if you did, please tell me, what is your favorite part in this movie? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.